Come on in, pull up a chair and take a load off because today I'm sharing my review of Dungeons and Dragons Curse of Strahd Revamped from Wizards of the Coast. So, is this limited edition collector's item worthy of a place on your gaming shelf? Or should this be titled Curse of Strahd Rehashed and definitely not worth its hefty price tag? Well, you're going to find out right after this. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. I am going to do my review of Dungeons & Dragons Curse of Strahd Revamped in just a moment. But first, I do want to remind you that if you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't. And if you do subscribe, ring that notification bell because not only will it let you know when I upload videos such as this, it'll also tell you when my live stream, The Daily Dope, airs right here on YouTube, Monday through Thursday nights, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Lastly, do want to mention that the fine folks over at Wizards of the Coast were kind enough to provide me with this review copy, but I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any sort of other compensation to share my thoughts about Curse of Strahd Revamped. Speaking of, Curse of Strahd Revamped is for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Chris Perkins was its lead designer, and it is from Wizards of the Coast. It is hitting stores on October 20th, and it does carry an MSRP of $99.95, or 99 cents. I think it's 95 cents. I forgot to take a quick peek before I started shooting this. Anyway, we'll just say it's got a $100 price tag. So let's swing on over to the other camera, because I've got Curse of Strahd Revamped out. I've got everything from the box out as well. I'm going to kind of zip through this relatively quickly because I've already done an extensive unboxing where I showed everything off. I have also reviewed Curse of Strahd in the past. So first off, received the box. I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. And wow, I was like, holy cow, it's really hefty. There must be tons of stuff inside. Well, it turns out, and I'll take this right off here, and I do dig the artwork. I like the artwork on the box. I think the box is cool, but I also have to mention that this box, just empty, weighs about 2.5, 3 pounds. So I will open this up if I can get that open back up. There we go. So the books, the Game Master screen, the handouts, they go right here. The Taroka deck as well as the postcards go up here. And that's it. Everything else is just empty space. So even if we take this out, if you take a look, I mean, that's just holding up this section here. So it's a cool box, but the reality is it doesn't really serve much of a purpose, and there is just tons of empty air inside. So if you notice, if you checked out my unboxing, when you first open up the Curse of Strahd Revamped limited edition box, you're greeted with Strahd laying there in the coffin, which I think is kind of cool, right? It's coffin-shaped box and everything. So I thought that was pretty nice. Then you flip over the back, and we get Strahd von Zarovich's stat block. So we've got that. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit because we don't need to be that far out anymore since we don't need to be checking out that box. So we will kind of zoom in just a bit. So what comes in the box itself is a soft cover. This is a perfectly bound is what they call this. It's a soft cover revised Curse of Strahd, which I'll talk about that last. We've got Creatures of Horror. It's 20 pages, and it's just our monster stats, which were originally in the hardcover for Curse of Strahd. They've been separated out into its own separate booklet, and I have to be completely honest, I don't know why. I guess maybe the thought is that if you have these in a separate booklet, it's easier for you to utilize at the table. I don't know, because the reality is 5th edition D&D adventures that are, released from Wizards of the Coast aren't necessarily designed to be easy to run at the table in the first place. So I don't know. Like I said, I have no idea why this has been separated out into a separate booklet. We also have the Taroka deck booklet, which also was in the hardcover. And this is just a rundown on how to use the Taroka deck, shows the different cards. And it's 8 pages long. So I guess these are nice enough. They're fine. It's just, like I said, I don't really know why they decided to break these off separately and make Curse of Strahd Revamped a soft cover book. They could have kept it all together and just reissued a new hardcover, but I guess that wasn't the idea. So we also have some handouts. Got a series of handouts here as well. So there's 4 of those. We've got a poster map, which I really do like the poster map. So we've got the various different settlements and villages. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a glare to it because this is treated. It's not just paper. So I did dig that. That's pretty cool. And then it is dual-sided. So on one side, we've got Barovia. And then the other is our map of Ravenloft, Castle Ravenloft. Sweet. So pretty cool. And of course, this is reproduced from within the book. We also have some postcards. We got a dozen postcards that you can send out to friends. If you're the game master, you can send out some postcards to invite your friends to play Curse of Strahd Revamped. And they are legitimate postcards. They really are. And then we've got the Taroka deck, which I really love the artwork from the Taroka deck from the game itself. This is all from the original hardcover, except now we've got these as cards. Very large size cards too. So this is not a traditional tarot card size as far as my memory serves me. So these are a bit larger, but definitely love the artwork. There is a bit of an embossing on the back, and that's kind of cool. Let's see if we can kind of catch that silver on the background, kind of have the camera catch that. Here's the problem I've got with these cards, though. They're just regular cardstock. Of course, there is the embossing on the back, cool design on the back as well, but it's still cardstock. There are some of these cards. I'll give you a great example. You know what? Let's zoom in a little and I'll show you. Whoops, I zoomed out. Duh. All right. And actually, when the light catches it, you can really see it. You can see there's some kind of like some boxing on the edge of these cards. There's like, if you notice, it's not cut right. So I take that right off. I got to be honest, I would have thought at this price tag. Now, look, I took that off and now this card isn't even flat. This isn't a straight edge now. So, and there are a few like that they're just not cut right. I don't know. So you figure these are really large tarot cards in the first place. So you're not really going to be able to sleeve these cards. So these are going to get beat up during play because the campaign, the Game Master does use these cards quite a bit throughout the campaign. One thing I do love about the campaign is it's a very sandboxy campaign. It's not, everything's not written in stone. It's not linear at all. So that is very cool. But part of that is because you're utilizing these Taroka cards. So I was very surprised that, see, look, just regular old cardstock. Same kind of cardstock as you would find for the cover of the soft cover book that we're going to look at in just a moment. I was very surprised there's no finish on these. There's no like linen finish or anything like that. Just the bit of embossing on the back, which, to be honest, I could have done without this and had a bit of a linen finish. But you can even tell there's some chipping on these cards right there. And these have just come out of the box. The only time I've utilized these is during the unboxing video. So while I like the cards, I think the production quality on the cards is rather weak, to be very honest with you. So I'll put those back into the, whoops, upside down, put those back into the tuck box. So we've got that deck. And then lastly, we do have the soft cover, Curse of Strahd Revamped. Let's zoom back out. Jeez. Always hitting the wrong thing with this. Always hitting the wrong item. So it's like zooming in, whoops, no, zooming out. Zooming in, zooming out. All right, so this is the soft cover book. So there are some revisions to Curse of Strahd. There are some changes to the gypsy folk. There's an NPC who has a prosthetic that in the original book was kind of, it was her secret, and that it was, she was trying to hide it. She was trying to hide it all the time. So that has been changed because that wasn't very sensitive to folks who happen to have prosthetics. And the changes were made as far as the gypsies. In fact, I'll show you right here. These are the changes made to Revamped. That's it. There are some changes to, like I said, the gypsy peoples. There's also some changes to the disabled NPC, and there's some balancing on there's some changes in balancing to some encounters, and that is it. Everything else is still the same from the original hardcover book. The quality of the soft cover is nice. I think it is well done. It is nicely done. It's just, once again, I don't understand why, if they're going to make the changes, and it's, just some very minor revisions in the great scheme of things. I mean, it's not like we've got like 40 pages of new content added to this. It's just a few sentences here and there, and a few items have been removed from some encounters because they were a little balanced against the players to kind of even things out. But I don't know why this is a soft cover, and we've got the two little soft cover booklets, 20 pages and 8 pages, when this should have just been it's another hardcover book, especially when we're talking about $100 price tag. That is really pricey. Now, the other item that's in the box that I do think is pretty nice is the landscape Dungeon Master's screen. So I do like this. I think it's well done. I mean, it's a Dungeon Master screen, right? But I do like the move. More companies are moving towards a landscape style, and I really do like that. So you're not like sitting there peeking over the tops of your Game Master screen. So I do like the DM screen here as well. So that's pretty nicely done. And that is everything that's inside Curse of Strahd Revamped. Let's swing over to the other camera and I will share my final thoughts and give this a review score. So as I mentioned, I like Curse of Strahd. I reviewed it previously and I like it. It's one of my favorite 5th edition D&D campaigns. And mainly it's because it is very sandboxy. I like that. I am into old school style gaming. The just really, I'm not into railroading players, and I'm not into playing games where as a player I feel like I'm being railroaded into a very, very linear plot. So Curse of Strahd is different in that respect. So it's very, very sandboxy. I do like it. I like aspects of this box set of Curse of Strahd Revamped. I like the attempt for the Taroka cards. I like that. I think the postcards are kind of silly. Once again, that's something else. I'm not sure why that was included. But I mean, you know, it's just kind of a goofy add-on. Some people will dig it. Most people will be like, okay, whatever. Do like the poster map. I like the production quality on the softcover book as well. It's just, and of course, I like the Dungeon Master screen. My beef that I have with Curse of Strahd Revamped is the price tag. So when you take everything out of the box, you're only getting a few items that weren't originally in the hardcover book. Yes, you didn't have an actual deck of cards, but the cards were in the original hardcover for Curse of Strahd. So was the monsters. It was not separated out into a separate book. It's all part of the hardcover. You got the poster map, you know, okay, that's cool too. But for $100, this seems way overpriced. Now, I'm not going to go and say that it's as bad a product as the Dungeons and Dragons Stranger Things set was, which I thought was just ridiculously bad. There isn't anything particularly wrong with Curse of Strahd Revamped as a collector's item, as a limited edition product. Personally, I don't think you're getting the value for the $100 that you should. That's my opinion. So the reality is I have to give this kind of a lackluster review score, even though for the most part, I do like what's in the box. Production issues with the Taroka cards notwithstanding, right? But for $100 for $99.95 or $99.99, I don't think you're getting great value for the money. If you already have Curse of Strahd, I certainly can't recommend picking this up. You can just download the PDF of the errata, which I showed you already, and there's all the changes for the book right there. That's it. So I really would say, unless you're a completist and you have to have everything that comes out from Wizards of the Coast for 5th edition D&D, I certainly can't recommend purchasing Curse of Strahd Revamped if you already have it. If you don't have it, once again, this is aimed more, you know, it's a collector's item. It's a limited edition. I don't feel you're getting $100 worth of product, but, you know, once again, if you really want it, by all means, I'm not going to dissuade anybody from picking this up. I just don't think it's a good deal. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I give Curse of Strahd Revamped a 6 out of 10. Like I said, once again, there isn't anything particularly wrong with the box set outside of the production issues on the Taroka cards. It's just, I don't think this is worth the MSRP. If for some reason you see it down the line and it's on, say, I don't know, eBay or Amazon, or somebody's doing a deep discount, say $70, I would say, yes, you know what? That's a nice deal. I would pick it up. I would recommend it. But at $100, no, certainly can't. All right, that is it for this time out. Once again, do want to remind you, if you like this video, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that notification bell, because it'll not only let you know when I upload videos such as this, and also inform you when my live stream, The Daily Dope, airs right here on YouTube, Monday through Thursday nights, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news. So, until next time, as I have been closing out all my videos during this pandemic, unfortunately, this pandemic that seems like it's never going to end, here's hoping you're being smart and staying safe. I'll see you next time. Oh, you're still here. Well, once again, thank you very much for watching this video. And of course, if you'd like to subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel, click right here. And of course, if you want to see one of the latest episodes of the Daily Dope, click right on up here. And if you want to roll the dice, take your chances, see what YouTube thinks you might like from the channel, give a click right here. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer, and I'll see you next time.